Well, I'm joined by showbiz reporter Josh Rom. I've got to say, just when he walks into the room, the whole atmosphere lightens and brightens. It's always an absolute pleasure to have him in. And the thing I like about him is he's so enthusiastic about his job. I've never seen anything like it. Brimming with it. It's like, I want to talk about this, and there's so much showbiz news here. I've got this to tell you, this to tell you. I'm like, great. I love having an expert who loves what they do. So, Josh, welcome again to the studio.
Thank you, Vanessa.
You can choose which order you want to go, because you're the one who loves all these stories, and I love listening to them.
Harry Styles first.
Harry Styles, why not?
This is
who doesn't want to talk Harry Styles?
Well, this is a really very much an interesting controversy here. Because obviously over the weekend it was the Grammy Awards, and we'll talk about Beyonce and how she made history in a minute. But Harry Styles, he took home 2 awards for one Best Album and then Best Pop Vocal Album. But during his speech, he drew a bit of controversy because he says, well, good things like this don't really happen to people like me. And, you know, obviously, you would expect, oh, he's just referring to his upbringing. You know, if we look back at his history, he was born in Worcestershire. His parents divorced when he was 7. He worked in a local bakery when he was 16. He auditioned for a reality TV show, The X Factor. Didn't get through because he wasn't strong enough as a solo artist, was then manufactured and put into a group. You know, his rise to fame has been meteoric and completely, but it's just a local boy from up north who's done good.
But everyone's a local boy from somewhere.
Exactly.
I mean, unless you're, as they say, a Nepo baby, but if you're not, with the exception of those, everyone's always born somewhere as a local boy or girl somewhere, aren't they?
Exactly, but the problem is because he beat out the likes of Adele and Beyonce and the Latin artist Bunny to win Best Album, he's drawn controversy for white male privilege, quote unquote, for in his speech being like, well, this doesn't happen to people like me. And then loads of fans online have gone, yes, it does, because it happens to white straight males all the time. So I just think this is a very interesting kind of debate that's happening in the music industry, because it's like, you know, who is entitled to be a success now? Do you know what I mean? Like, if a white local boy from up north, from Worcestershire, from Cheshire, because he moved to Cheshire, if someone like that can't make it in the industry or isn't allowed to make it in the industry, who is?
Well, I suppose, though, he is allowed to make it, and he has made it, but what he's not allowed to do is what's called humble bragging, which is, oh, I can't believe it's only little old me. You know, this doesn't happen to people like me. If actually you are white and male, and actually there's no reason why it shouldn't happen to people like you. It's far harder for people who are not like you to make it happen. It's not that he's not talented, it's just he didn't need to say that. If he just said, thank you so much, I'm thrilled to bits, you know, big muzzle tov to all, this is great, you know, I'm going to go and celebrate, whoa, that's okay. It's when he said, oh, it doesn't really happen to people like me, that must have really got the goats of everybody who grew up in any ghetto or any projects or any, you know, who had to be a refugee
just anyone from a
somewhere,
different
anyone who had it even harder, I suppose. I think, well, why don't you think it would happen to people like you? I suppose it would just really annoy everybody, wouldn't it?
And I think that's exactly what it has done. But it's also a case of, when you look at awards ceremonies in general now, it's like, who can win these days? Nobody can win these days, no matter who gets nominated. Well, if they're nominated and they don't win, it's a massive snub, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's just, it's almost quite frustrating to watch the kind of state that the pop culture world is in at the moment.
Everybody needs to watch very carefully what they say and how they say it and what they think they're doing and whether they're being honest or earnest or disingenuous or pretending to be humble when they've really been a big star for years, and then they're saying, how can it happen to little old me, and it doesn't ring true and it gets on everyone's nerves. It's that kind of thing. You've got to watch out,
then there's also to kind of remember where you come from. And
everyone
that's always
comes from somewhere.
Exactly, but like that's the whole point. Why not celebrate where you've come from, and also more importantly, how far you've come.
I'm here on TalkTV, and I'm just a little old humble girl from little old Totteridge, northwest London, and here I am. I mean, I could do that, but what am I doing?
Exactly, and I'm just a little boy from Stanmore.
Exactly, he's just from Stanmore. Look, and here we are sitting in this studio talking to one another. I mean, it is annoying, isn't it? We'd just annoy the absolute beep out of everyone. Of course, we never do that because it's really annoying. We don't want to be so annoying. Okay, tell me about Beyonce. She's taken the crown, but not the prize or something.
Yeah, so, I mean, Beyonce made history at the Grammys. So she won 4 of the 9 nominations that she was nominated for. She took home 4 gongs. She made history as the most awarded artist ever in Grammys history. So she got, overall, she's now at something like 32 wins with a further 56 nominations, making her, what, an 88-time Grammy nominee? Extraordinary. So last week we spoke about her Renaissance tour, how she's coming back to the UK for a 5-date tour as part of her 42-date world tour. Well, pre-ticket sales now over. Tickets have now officially gone on sale. Guess how many people were in the queue to try and get tickets for Beyonce?
1 million.
Well, not...
500,000.
500,000.
Really?
Over 500,000 at that stage. And to kind of put it into perspective, only 250,000, and I say only, it was a huge event, like queues ranging for hours. I know I queued up for 10 hours. 250,000 people queued up to see the Queen lying in state.
Yes.
Over double have tried to get tickets to go and see Beyonce with her new tour. So this really truly is Beyonce mania kind of taking over the world, as we see. The week that she gets nominated, the week that she takes home the most awards, she sets the record for the most awarded artist ever. Boom, her tour comes out. Like, the PR is in overdrive. The devil works harder, but Kris Jenner and Beyonce work even harder than the devil. Or should I say Sam Smith with that performance.
Sam Smith, my gosh, yes, that was an outfit.
I mean, that was an outfit. And speaking of which,
that's all I'm prepared to say about that. That was an outfit.
Look who introduced Sam Smith onto stage. Madonna.
Yes, and how was she looking? I mean, she's front page of the Mail today. And there's a lot. There she is. There she is outside there. And you there. And look at that face. God love her.
They're calling it smooth. I think it's more than smooth. A smooth visage. There's not a single wrinkle there.
Look at that.
I mean, when I first saw those pictures come through, I thought straight away, am I looking at Madonna or Pete Burns here? I don't know. Changing face over the years.
Gosh, well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, she's like, you've got to hand it to her. Very quickly, Netflix, we've got about 2 seconds, announces film of Prince Andrew's Newsnight interview. This is exciting. The book's called Scoop.
Here it is, Scoop. Sam McAlister wrote it. So Gillian Anderson's going to be playing Emily Maitlis. Keely Hawes is going to be playing Prince Andrew's private secretary, Amanda Thirsk. Billy Piper cast as the esteemed producer, Sam McAlister. And Rufus Sewell, Prince Andrew's star-studded cast. BAFTA nominees,
Gillian
Golden
Anderson's
Globe.
playing Emily Maitlis.
I know.
I bet Emily Maitlis wants to play Emily Maitlis. I know her. I bet you she does. Josh, it's been great. Thanks, everybody, for watching.